Hello, everybody, and welcome to Millennial Movie Talk, MMT, your movie podcast, episode 75. I am Braden, joined as always by the wonderful Steph Rillo.
Hello.
The wonderful Michael Herman.
Hi.
And the wonderful Alexander Lamb.
Hi. Now the question is, how are we all wonderful? Why don't we get our own little thing?
I think you guys are all wonderful.
I don't want to share with Steph.
Okay. If you want to be special, you can be...
I don't need to be special.
And Michael.
The difficult
I don't
Michael.
need other people's gratifications to feel good about myself.
All right, so from now on, it'll be the wonderful Steph, Michael, and...
Alex.
And Alex, you can say my name. That's not gratification.
And Alex. Delayed gratification.
That's fine. I'll take the adjective.
Yeah, you can be wonderful. It's fine. It's all good.
Some people need to feel better about themselves with adjectives.
Hey, you're damn straight. I need every ounce I can get. How's everyone been this week?
Fine.
Yeah, right. Busy, fine, all good. How's everyone? I know the three boys here enjoying Avengers on PS4.
I haven't played it in a few days.
Haven't you? No. Well, you're almost finished though.
Yep.
God damn.
I'm enjoying it.
I also enjoying it. I just binged it on Monday and played through like almost half the game.
I'm glad you're all enjoying it. I have no idea about any of it.
It's a good time.
Lame.
Do you know what you might know a little bit about?
I think last week you guys told me that you get to save the world
Yeah.
as an Avenger. And so
Bill and Ted.
That's
a
also
movie.
Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted's Face the Music.
Can we get a Bill and Ted video game?
No, we have. I'm pretty sure we've had like a shitty one.
What, Brutal Legend?
Maybe.
Oh no, there was a terrible one on the NES. That was it's so bad.
NES.
Yeah, it's bad.
Ooh.
It's so bad. I want to get straight into the movie news.
Whoa. Oh, this week in movie news. Wow, movie news. Oh, I'm shocked by that movie news. That was an interesting one. Thank you. There's so much movie news here. Wow, I hope we can get all this movie news done.
It's always so loud for us, but it's all good. Now, guys, speaking of Avengers, this is an Avengers level threat that's arriving to Ant-Man 3 or Ant-Man and the Wasp, and now also apparently, possibly, Kang the Conqueror. Steph, do you know who Kang the Conqueror is?
Like I said, this is going to be a Simpsons mashup. Ant-Man 3 versus The Simpsons.
Kang
and Kodos.
the aliens from
That's
The
it.
Simpsons.
They've come from outer space to take over Earth.
Okay.
Hey,
That's some...
No, can you play just like a
Simpsons
what
doesn't
won't
have a laugh
sound?
track, does it?
no, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Oi,
Thank you.
oi!
That's
I'm
what
serious.
needed.
I had no idea. When I read that, I was like, "This is going to be the
it.
drooling aliens from
The
The
biggest
Simpsons."
crossover of all time.
Yes.
Kang and Kodos in Ant-Man. Incredible. No, so are you just going to continue to play the same?
He did that.
That was
Okay.
me.
That's okay.
That was-
I went all different ones.
Kang is a time-traveling man. That's about it. But he's an Avengers bad guy. Like, he's not
okay.
an Ant-Man only bad guy. Like, he's a big bad guy.
Now this
He's
is
the main
Avengers.
bad guy of Lego Marvel 3.
Well.
Or Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, I should say. if you're into video games.
Interesting.
Wow.
He's a time traveler, and he's apparently
Time travel.
If it is even him, this is all like rumors and reports coming out of Ant-Man 3 casting. But they've just cast star of The Five Bloods, and he's also in If Bill Street Could Talk and a couple of other things. Jonathan Majors.
I don't think Jonathan Majors is in Bill Street Can Talk.
Yeah, I just googled it before.
Did you? I thought
Yeah.
it was someone else.
But I mean, he's also in it. But Alex, for those who may have watched The Five Bloods with us the other week, who is Jonathan Majors?
He was David. He was Paul's son in The Five Bloods.
Yeah, so the young
Sorry, I
guy.
stumbled over my words because Jonathan Majors is not in If Bill Street Can Talk.
Isn't he?
Nope.
He came up before.
Don't ever second guess me.
Bullshit. What? It came up. See?
He's
No,
in
Last Black
Lovecraft.
Man in San Francisco.
He's in Last. And I'm the problematic one.
No,
Someone can't tell there.
I glanced at the poster. That's all good. It's fine.
He's also
Now the question
in
is,
Laugh-
Steph, did you watch the movie?
Did I watch The Five Bloods?
Yeah.
I did not. No. Was that? I didn't even know if that was the. Look, on my off weeks, I've got uni. That's
You
where
can
I'm
still
at.
watch the movie.
I know, and I've been meaning to watch The Five Bloods for ages. It's like
Uh-huh.
I really do want to watch
Uh-huh.
It's like we
Look, I'll
presented
watch
the
it.
perfect opportunity.
Anyway, he
I
was really
know,
good in
I
that
know.
movie, so I'm kind of...
He was really good.
Very good.
I'm intrigued to see what comes of this.
Yeah.
It should be interesting to see.
He's
If
also in
he is-
Lovecraft Country.
Yeah,
Which
that's the
is-
most recent thing he's in. I haven't heard much about that,
Cthulhu.
though. Have you guys heard
Did you
much
say
about that?
Cthulhu? What?
I did
Yeah,
say
I was
Cthulhu
gonna
because
say,
it's
yeah.
Lovecraft.
That's
Oh,
Lovecraftian.
Lovecraft. Okay.
Cthulhu is a
Well,
Lovecraft.
there are
yeah.
tentacles on his back.
How's
Cthulhu.
has anyone heard much about that Lovecraft
Nope.
country?
Nope.
Is
No
that
idea.
HBO or something?
Think-
Yep, it's on binge.
Oh, well, you've got binge, so you can be a
Do you have binge?
correspondent
I'm not
for
going
it.
to watch it.
Excuse that little hiccup burp thing. God, this night is a mess for us right now.
Not really. I've enjoyed this run.
You've been real quiet though, so
I haven't.
you have a little bit.
He proved you wrong.
Didn't I just wreck you?
Yeah, yeah, you did wreck me.
All right. Well, what's next, Braden? What's
Uh,
next?
The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead.
It's
I
finally
believe that's
finishing.
still going. Oh,
No,
okay.
it's finally finishing.
Oh, all right.
It's
Even I
finally
knew what
ending.
this news was.
But the thing is with this, it's finishing and people are going, it's finishing too soon.
Really?
I don't
Yeah.
think it's finishing too
I
soon.
haven't-
at
When you
all.
look at its run of all the things they have to wrap up, it's finishing too soon apparently.
So
Okay.
Like, look, I haven't watched it. I can't.
I think
say
I think I'm the one who made it the furthest.
You did make it the
I think
furthest.
I was mid-season, season 4.
okay.
The how they handled the All Out War storyline just killed any of my interest in the show anymore.
Yeah.
Is that after Glenn?
That's All Out War was everything with Negan, Alexandria,
Oh, yeah.
Hilltop, the Sanctuary, and all that.
So
Yeah.
like any
Gotcha.
last hope you had was kind of
I think
killed off in that.
did I make it to the? I think I stopped watching for a while, and then Rick. I watched the episode before, and then the episode where Rick went missing, and now Rick's not on the show anymore.
Yeah.
So I think that's
Well, isn't there rumors that there's a spin-off?
there is a spin-off.
coming?
3 spin-off movies are in the works.
dear.
Movies.
Movies, with following Rick and his adventures of being gone.
Can we also, if those who didn't check the show run just yet, can anyone take a stab at which season they're up to and ending
11.
on? I was making them guess because they didn't know.
I would have said 7 or 8.
Yeah, exactly. That was
I would have guessed a bit higher than that. I would have guessed maybe 11 or 12.
Yeah.
You said if anyone.
yeah. No, but you didn't.
Anyone.
You jumped.
You gotta
in. It's all
tell
good.
me not to.
Alex, everyone except for you.
Yep, go.
Exclude him.
It's fine.
Do it.
Alex, you're excluded from this news topic. Fast and Furious 9 is going to space.
I called this long time ago.
He called it.
Where is
Hold on
it?
a second. Let's be real. He called it as we're walking out of the movies after we watched
After 8.
He was
I've
like,
been
the next thing they're going to do is go
predicting
to
this for a
space.
long time.
Did anyone see the tweet that Seth Rogen put
Yeah,
out?
him
Yeah.
and they discussed this a long time ago apparently.
Yeah, and
Really?
he was saying to like the creator of the series, "Oh, next thing you know, they're going to go to space." And then the creator like just looked at him dead in the eyes. and was like, "Not yet, not yet."
Are you trying to find the episode
Yep,
where you called it?
I just want to see if there is anything that I can maybe guess at which episode I called it in.
As
but-
if
I was going to say
Oh, we've
Need
another
another
podcast I
reason not to
listened to, Story Break, where they do 1 hour movie pitches. Basically, they watched Fast and Furious 8, and then they didn't do the pitch for Fast and Furious 9. They did the pitch for Fast and Furious 10, just assuming what would happen in 9. And in that, they have space and aliens and stuff. So everyone is like,
we need
everyone
like a-
knew it was going to space.
I reckon we need a soundboard button here for Story Break. Because I reckon we shout out them every episode.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
Braden says it
Every episode.
at
It's
least once.
all I listen to lately. I'm almost up to date. That's
Why
how
listen to
scarily
this when you
I
can listen to
it.
a better podcast?
Yeah.
Which one?
Go check out Story Break.
Don't. They don't need it.
Listen to us instead.
They don't
no,
need
you know
it.
what? Good art deserves.
Good art
Credit.
deserves a shout out.
Oh, sorry,
Speaking of good art, Fast and Furious 9.
Oh God! As if I need another reason to not want to watch it. I don't want to watch
Are
it.
you excited?
Absolutely.
You're
not.
excited.
Absolutely.
Hell-
not.
Don't lie.
I was talking to my
I'm
sister.
excited.
I was talking to my
Fast
sister
and
about it.
Furious 9.
I talked to my sister about it yesterday. She
Did ya?
loves the Fast and Furious
Yes.
movies. And I sort of said to her, like, I said, look, I get that you're quite defensive about this series because, you know, it's like she doesn't watch movies. These are the only ones that she really loves and watches, that and Divergent.
I'll throw hands.
And I said, I get that you're defensive about it, but, you know, don't you think Dominic Toretto just like, and Vin Diesel in general, takes the series a little too seriously still? I said, Hobbs and Shaw is great because it grounds itself in comedy and it knows that it's a comedy.
Yeah.
I said, but Fast and Furious just seems a little too serious for my liking considering what they're trying to do. And Isabella just cracked it. She was like, I don't think you get it, Stephanie. I think it's
Obviously,
just gone
you
over
don't
your
get
head.
it.
Yeah, you don't understand cinema.
She's serious though, guys.
Currently studying global film and television and learning about art cinema. And I can tell you that Fast and Furious covers all the criteria for art cinema.
Actually, no joke. It legitimately does because there's a lot of time where no narrative progression is happening.
Yep. There's a lot of dead air.
There's a lot of dead time.
Dead time.
Is that what it takes?
So art cinema legitimately, actually I can talk about this because we've legitimately been studying it. Art cinema is like basically defined as it has a lot of dead time, which is where there is no narrative progression happening. I believe there's also more of a focus on character than plot and events.
Real people telling real stories.
Real people.
What?
No, so it loses it a bit there.
Excuse me, no, that sounds like it ticks the box.
Yeah, but yeah.
Punching a torpedo. Real.
Definitely doesn't
There
progress
are
the
some
narrative.
How about I can't
Die-hard
wait for the
fans
new
out
one, man. The new one where that scene in the trailer where he crashes into the bridge pole and then gets it locked on the wheel of his car and uses it to
Insane.
swing around to the top of the other side of the mountain.
And the two of them are stone cold serious inside the car.
Exactly.
It's gonna be
There
the
are
greatest film.
Die-hard fans of this franchise that like the films unironically.
Yes, they are
Over here.
enjoyable.
They are great fun. You can't deny that they're not fun.
I've still only seen two of them.
Yeah, look, I don't know if they're fun for me, but
Greatest films.
Hobbs and Shaw was good.
Greatest film.
Hobbs and
give
Shaw.
that.
Oh, sorry.
Boring.
No, I have seen Hobbs and Shaw. Hobbs and Shaw was good. I like to think of Hobbs and Shaw as its own thing
Yeah, exactly.
because that was really fun.
Oh well, we've got some trailers, do we, Braden?
Yeah. You guys watched the trailer for this Freaky?
Nope.
I did.
Yes.
What is this Freaky?
It's like Freaky Friday, but it's from the guy who did Happy Death Day. So he loves taking these these situations from like movies like Groundhog Day,
yeah.
and Freaky Friday. Now he's doing it with
And then put
it's-
another spin on it.
Yeah, it's about a girl who switches bodies with a serial killer, and so she wakes up as Vince Vaughn.
Oh my lord.
Who's a serial killer.
He's
And then-
disappeared.
And then Vince Vaughn, he was in Fighting with My Family.
I haven't seen that, to be fair.
And yeah, so Vince Vaughn wakes up in this high school girl who just starts going and killing her fellow high schoolers.
okay.
You know what? That kind of sounds entertaining.
It's
It
weird because
seems-
the trailer tries to pretend like this really hot schoolgirl isn't hot or popular. Like
Right.
she's gorgeous.
Oh, it's one of those classic like YA novel type
Yeah,
things
she's-
where it's
she's
like
gorgeous.
Yeah.
she's plain, but then the second like anything has happening, it's like she's the most stunning, beautiful girl you've ever
No,
seen.
not
Yeah.
even that. It's just she's gorgeous and then she's not popular.
Yeah,
She gets picked on.
sure.
But then Vince Vaughn takes over her body and she starts dressing like a stud. And then starts murdering boys who want to have sex with her.
I was gonna say, is there also he still keeps killing people as her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it's
I'm-
about her and her friends stopping. It looks great.
Okay.
You know, from that pitch, I'm on board.
Yeah.
There are
seems
parts of the
interesting.
pitch that I'm not on board with because
what?
I'm kind of concerned about
About
the idea of Vince Vaughn being inside this schoolgirl's body and then like
Killing people.
going and
bodies
taking
watching
advantage
comedy.
of. Yeah, I know, but like it's still
It's
weird.
been done.
It's been done many
Weird.
times.
I watched Scooby Doo.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it sounds interesting.
It does.
It has potential
It
to be
is
very
interesting.
bad,
I
though.
think the first. I'm the only reason I don't think it's going to be awful. I think it may not be great, but at least be fun and enjoyable. Is because it's the Happy Death Day people doing it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
And that first movie-
that was
the first Happy
average,
Death Day
bordering
is
good, yeah?
It was no. I think it was good.
What, the
Not
first
bordering
one?
great. It was Happy Death Day 1 was good because it was interesting and new.
Yeah.
It was a new take on a horror, especially for a horror
Did-
film.
It was a new
Did we
take
see
on
2 in the theaters? Because
horror,
I remember
but
watching one
also-
with you.
Yeah.
And I think we
I
saw 2 in
think-
the theaters.
Yeah, number 2 wasn't as good.
Yeah. Because it was just the same thing again.
Yeah, number 2 was the same thing again.
Yeah, no, but number 1 was actually pretty fun when we
Yeah.
watched it. So, yeah.
all right then.
Happy Death Day 3, on the other hand, looks very interesting.
Wait, there's the third one.
Yeah, they're working on a third one.
Oh, no.
Yeah, there's apparently a working title.
Happy Death Day.
But you got to tell us.
I'm on the article
3.
right
You
now.
gotta tell-
Might happen. It's brilliant next sequel. That was very loud. Good
For us.
Lord.
What were you
I'm
going
gonna turn
for?
you down because it's not that loud for me.
Thank you. Well, now I can't hear anything, so
Well, you hear that?
barely. I can't hear us at all. That's better.
Enjoy the show.
Yeah, we're having a great time over here.
Anyway, while
This
you're
article is
searching,
terrible.
while you're searching that up, the other trailer that came out is Mandalorian season 2.
Oh, there was
Happy
another
Death
one
Day
we forgot to
to
talk
us.
about.
to us.
To us.
There's another one we talked. I forgot to put on there because it came out like Thursday morning or Wednesday night last week.
at the
It's
end
Dune.
of last week. Dune,
Dune.
yeah.
Oh, I haven't.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about Dune.
I know. I want to try. Give me a second to talk about Dune.
Baby. Let's talk about Timothy. Let's talk about Zendaya and Jason Momoa doing their thing.
Let's
It's
talk
Oscar
about
Isaac. And there's other cast members in there as well. Did I talk about Zendaya? I did.
You did. Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure because she's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, Dune looks huge.
It looks so big budget, doesn't it?
Jesus.
Oh my god, the amount of money they spent making this movie, I don't even want to fathom.
Yeah, it's bonkers. The design, the sets, the costume design was what I was going for. The end tease of the big sandworm thing is obviously a huge deal. Everyone's going nuts for. But this looks like a really interesting movie.
I'm excited for it for obvious reasons, but as a film as well. I think it's going to be really exciting.
Steph, don't play it off. There's only one reason.
No,
there's only one
Hello?
reason. Don't play it off.
Hello,
Oh,
Christian.
Hello.
our
Hi.
resident.
We're talking about Dune,
A Dune
the new
expert.
Dune trailer.
Oh, yes, I am the Dune expert, that's for sure.
Yeah. Would you like to talk about
What's
Dune,
up?
Christian?
Yeah, I'd love to talk about Dune, the original Dune.
Well, what the
Whatever,
original?
whatever tickles your fancy, buddy.
I want to hear your. I want to give you a brief plot synopsis of what people can expect, and I want your thoughts on the new trailer compared to the old film.
Okay. Am I live or anything? Or
Yeah,
is
you're
this
live.
just
Yeah.
between-
No.
Oh, okay, of course. Hey. All right. So, as a fan of the original Dune movie, well, if you can call it that, the trailer excited me because there's definitely some great stuff from the original in it, like the box in the hand and the main character whispering about fear and stuff that gave me goosebumps.
Nice.
I just hope it's done right, because the problem with the original Dune is that it's this massive amount of lore and story squeezed into not very much film. And I think there was even a problem where the director wanted a 5-hour epic, and the studio made them cut it down to a 2-hour theatrical release.
Right.
And
so a bit of a release the David Lynch cut.
Yeah.
yeah, and essentially the plot's moving along fine. There's beautiful sets, there's beautiful acting, and then half the movie is just skipped in a quick montage,
Oh.
and then it's
Oh,
at the
dear.
ending.
Oh.
Yeah, so
fair enough.
it's the original movie is a fever dream. I'll put it at that.
It's
So,
a
yeah,
almost 2.5 hour fever dream.
Yes. Well, I think the extended cut with some saved footage on YouTube is just over 3 hours or 4 hours, but there's stuff that's never been recovered.
Damn.
Do you think we'll ever
Yeah.
get a 5-hour cut of the original Dune, or is it just been destroyed?
Only in my dreams, Alex.
Yep. The Dune dreams.
So,
yeah.
is there anything in particular, any casting? Because you obviously know all the you know most of these new actors playing the characters. And
Yeah,
you know
I
the
think a lot of them. So the main guy who's playing Paul Atreides,
Yeah.
he's perfect, because the original guy was perfect, and he looks like him. He reminds me of him.
This is
So,
young Timothy.
Timothy Chalamet.
I don't know his name. He's in
Does he look like a
Netflix
young,
movie.
sickly Victorian child?
Yeah, that works. That works. Yeah. Anyway, he's brilliant. And also the MMA guy from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Dave
This is the
Bautista.
problem. I don't know any actor's name. That's the one.
WWE
He is a perfect
thank you.
Harkonnen. He is a perfect Harkonnen, which is the character he's playing.
Nice.
And they're this evil house from a planet Harkonnen or something.
Cool.
But anyway, it's I'm keen. The trailer has me hyped, even from being a fan of the original, because hopefully they can get all the action and the main story in, and not all this extra lore that just confuses shit in the original.
All right. Well, it sounds like we'll definitely need to have you on the show when Dune comes out, and we can review it together.
Oh yeah, I'll wear all my memorabilia.
Oh, please do.
We'll call
Any
it,
action figures you have, bring them
we'll
along.
call it
Yeah,
Dune
because-
Patrol.
Dune Patrol.
Yeah, because the original movie flopped, so it doesn't exist.
Yeah. I was going to say there's nothing. It's just your homemade cosplay.
One thing, as you guys who haven't seen the original, do you know what spice is?
No.
Is it
isn't
drugs?
Okay, you could say it's drugs. So that's the thing. The trailer doesn't mention spice, which is interesting because the whole story is about spice.
So it's weird that they haven't mentioned it.
Yes, but you know, I'm sure we'll hear it a lot. I'm sure we'll hear about it a lot in the new film.
All right.
The one thing everyone remembers from the original is just the whispering, "The spice must flow."
And
like,
sorry, and
yeah, essentially the whole universe like runs off this spice drug, which is only mined on one planet called Dune, and that's why a lot of things center around this planet Dune. So yeah,
Well, makes more sense.
and the worms. Are you excited to see the worms, Chris?
oh, I'm excited to see the worm. Very, very excited.
When you first watched the trailer, did you kind of just like freak out a little bit when they actually showed it?
Not really. I don't know, because I was expecting the worms because they're a big part of the original. So I was kind of like, oh, what are they going to be like? And yeah, they're much more kind of menacing rather than comical because the original was made quite some time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm keen.
So
Very
would you
keen.
say that before we wrap up?
Steph's
Dune
having a
Talk-
giggle. I showed her a photo of the old sandworm.
It looks like it should be in a Jim Henson thing.
Wait, how old is the original film?
84.
Okay.
Yeah,
So before we
that's-
wrap up Dune Talk, we're sorry to end it so quickly.
that's fun.
Would you say that Dune is kind of like, I don't know, like Tremors meets Star Wars here, Chris?
I've heard a lot of people describe the books because the books were actually like well received.
Yes, my
As,
friend
like-
has read the books.
The books are huge.
Oh, okay. As like space Game of Thrones.
Ooh.
Because there's a lot of political kind of happenings and there's a lot of,
Incest.
some kind of weird fantasy aspects as well as like science.
Yeah, you're getting into sort of different houses.
You know,
feel.
I'm
Yeah.
under the belief that the director's never made a bad film. This is the man who directed Prisoners, Sicario, Arrival, Blade Runner 2049.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Very
So-
exciting. And the music's by Hans Zimmer.
There we go.
So that's
Oh, that's pretty good.
that's Dune Talk, everyone. Thank you, Chris, for answering our call.
No worries.
You can, if anyone wants to see more from Chris, you can check his YouTube channel out, which is Milo Mento, or his second YouTube channel, which is Milo History.
Oh, yes. Thank you for the plug.
No problem.
There it
Good
is.
content over there. Good content.
Good
And
talk.
you can look
Oh,
forward
very
to
good. Very good.
possibly end of this year a Dune review.
If Dune gets
If
released.
Dune gets released at Boxing Day, which is apparently when it's aiming for, we will see. But otherwise, keep your eyes out for the Dune Patrol.
Yes, for sure.
Thanks for talking to us, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
Love ya.
Bye-bye.
No worries. Love you guys. See you later.
Good work.
That was
What a
Dune
man.
Talk.
That was a bit of Dune Patrol.
Dune Patrol.
I love that. And then we got a Mandalorian trailer.
Yes. The reason I talked mainly, we did a lot of Dune was because Mandalorian trailer, few things to talk about, not a lot of things
Couple
to talk
little
about.
things. I was going to say, I've got
Mainly
it just up
Sasha
in front of
Banks.
me.
We saw
Yes,
Sasha
we
Banks.
Yeah, which is crazy to see Sasha Banks again, like popping up in all this stuff. We start off with it. The ship's looks worse for wear, just floating through space a little bit. I'm gonna just play through it on double speed so I can get a bit of a look and everything. It looks like we're in Chicago, is what this place looks like. It looks like just a random ass normal human city, and we're getting a bunch of little things. It looks like it's centered around him possibly trying to get it back to the Jedi. And them just referring to them as old wizards who they fought with. And yeah, it looks like more Mandalorian.
It looks interesting. There was that cool little part in the trailer where he kind of closes up his ball to hold it to.
Yeah, it's a good little joke. Where it's like he
Like to
sees
shield
that
up.
he's gonna fire his like instant kill thing.
Chris would like to make an amendment into his Dune Talk. He said he'd like everyone to know that the original Dune soundtrack was by Toto.
Oh,
And
Oh,
which
well
he
then come on.
claims
Hans
was
Zimmer's got a
banging.
lot to live up to.
Beautiful. That was from Chris.
Beautiful.
Dune.
But yeah, I mean,
Thank you, Steph.
It's more Mandalorian and Baby Yoda.
I'm
yeah.
excited. They announced that it's going to be 8 episodes again of varying lengths.
Perfect.
Okay, very. How, were they all the
Well,
same?
in the original one, it was like in the original season 1.
Yeah.
One episode there was like a few that were 28 minutes and some were like 40.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
39.
There were some shorter ones. There were some longer ones.
Because everyone got mad because the first ones that came out, they were all like half an hour or a little bit under, and everyone was like,
Yeah, everyone's
Okay.
like, what's going on? It looks gorgeous. Like, it just looks incredible. And the fact that they've done like post-production on this and finishing it up in this year is bonkers. And the fact
Well, I
they're
didn't
still
think it was
aiming
coming.
for
I thought it was going to be
thought it
like
was gonna get
another
delayed.
year or two before we had it. Like, I didn't realize it was meant to be this soon either.
well, that's just who knows when we're getting Falcon and the Winter Soldier now. That was meant
that
to come
has
out,
been pushed, hasn't it?
that was meant to come out last month.
Oh,
and,
really?
It didn't. So who knows when we're going to
Which
get it?
is then confusing because if we're getting Mandalorian season 2 and they're still trying to work on Falcon and Winter Soldier. Apparently we got a photo of Anthony Mackie in costume.
yes, I was.
Yes, there
as of
were
5
few-
I was
hours
going
ago.
to say. I was going to say because I swear I looked on Facebook today and there was something about it. But I
the
didn't
last
read
couple
it.
of days, there's been a few Falcon and Winter Soldier photos.
Yeah, they're smoking.
Yeah, but
Smoking's a bad habit, guys. I just want to say.
But other than that, who knows? That Disney are being very secretive
Yeah.
about it, and
Was this is meant to be the first Marvel show live action show we're getting?
Well, it's like with this Disney have a lot of things left off their schedule. Like they did a schedule at D23, I believe.
Yeah.
And a lot of things was left off. Like there was no, because now Fox is owned by Disney. The French Connection wasn't on their schedule at all, so that's left. That's still not. Apparently October 13th here. Things I've been reading. But don't get your hopes up.
French Connection?
It's Wes Anderson's new film.
Where's
French
French
Dispatch.
Dispatch?
French Connection is the brand
yep,
that is
like glove.
FCU.
I was a little confused. I wasn't sure if you were talking about the
also
Wes
a very
Anderson
old
thing,
movie with
I was gonna say.
with someone else. Sorry, yes.
I
French
was really
Dispatch.
confused.
I was a little
I'll
confused
say,
too, but I was
back on the
don't ever second
on the
guess it.
on the trailer thing. I don't know if it's an old trailer just resurfacing again, but I've been seeing a lot of
Gene Hackman film.
American Pickle around.
Oh,
That's
yes,
coming
yeah.
out. That comes out tomorrow.
Okay, that's
American
why I've been
Pickle.
seeing all the stuff around.
I haven't heard great things about it because it was released on HBO Max in America, so that was
Yeah.
like a direct-to-streaming thing. I've heard people wanted it to be really funny, but it's not. It's more serious. So
Oh, okay. For something like Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen playing two Seth Rogens. So
That's
About a
weird
guy
thing.
preserved in pickle
Yep.
juice. Like I
Apparently
would expect
really-
it to be comedy.
Is it? Oh, is that going to be like a serious comedy in the sense
it's
of?
more like
What's
it's,
the one with the Swiss Army Man?
it's about Seth Rogen from the Hey. Don't you ever fuck
No,
the switch
what I'm
up.
saying is that's actually a fairly serious movie in a weird way. That's what I meant.
Popcorn.
Oh dear.
No one's holding a fish. What's it talking about?
American Pickle.
American Pickle. Because it very much from the trailer seems like it's gonna be like old Seth Rogen trying to get young Seth Rogen to like get his shit together.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems like a really serious movie from the trailer, and I thought it was almost parodying that.
Well, yeah, there was the
I
other
guess
little
it's
joke
not.
in the trailer is the premise itself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Then is this your father? And it's like no, that's David Bowie. Is this your mother?
Right.
That's also David Bowie. That whole photo is just David Bowie, which is funnier when Seth Rogen says it. Not
Yeah.
Yeah.
Checks
nice.
out.
But yeah, that's just been popping up a lot, like as a YouTube ad and stuff.
Yeah,
I
it's
wasn't
coming
sure if
up.
that was meant to be a new trailer or just something. But now I've got it stuck in your head, haven't I?
Cool. I think. What's this? I think I'm getting a call in from our foreign correspondents over here. Foreign correspondents, Steph and Alex. What did you guys watch this week?
We watched a French film, didn't we, Alex? Finally, I've been waiting.
French
for that.
Connection.
It was. It translates to Goodbye Children. The movie's called Au revoir les enfants.
Cool.
Which, Alex, what did you think of this one?
Lot of Nazis in this one. A lot of Gestapo. A lot of kids in boarding houses. Making me very happy that I never had to go to anything like that.
The movie is about
Set in World War
about
II,
a
right?
French
it's
country boarding school.
It's Nazi occupied France.
Okay.
It's an all boys boarding school.
So it's party time.
They're only
The Nazi
they're,
party
they're,
time.
they're quite young, and it's about one boy who forms a really close relationship with another boy, which he finds out to be is like a Jewish boy
Okay.
who is being hidden, and it's like a different name instead of
Yep.
Jean Bonnet. It's
Never knew that was a word for Jews before. Yep.
Yep.
It's John Kippelstein or something like that.
Okay.
So it's so they this is a little bit of a spoiler, but the idea is that the father, the head of the boarding school, is secretly
He's a nice
letting
boy.
Jewish boys stay there and change
he's
their
one of
name,
them
give them a
good
new life,
priests.
help
Yeah.
them out. Yeah. So that's what the movie is about, and it's more so just about the friendship between them and how their bond is.
Nice.
And Alex, what did you think about the?
I oddly felt like I watched this before. That's the thing. I don't think I have, but I think I might have. Like,
All right.
this
Well, you
definitely
had a
seems like-
feeling, but like,
definitely feels like a film that they would have whacked on in a history class.
I didn't. Once again, this is spoiler talk, by the way.
yes, because
I mean, it's set in World War II. I don't know how much spoiling you can do.
I didn't expect it to
Yeah,
be a
last
sad
one.
movie when I showed it to you. I didn't know I was getting myself into a sad movie. What did you think of the ending, Alex?
Well, I was kind of, I've got to build up the thoughts to the ending because we had our boy Joseph throughout the film, and I was like, kind of cool. I want to be Joseph's friend. Joseph is the street rat, I'm going to call, who works in the kitchens and steals supplies from the kitchens and sells them back to the borders.
Okay.
In exchange for
They give them like jams and
He's
all these
hustling.
things that their parents sent them. And funny enough, when the priests are like, "Oh, you guys should be sharing that," I'll be like, "My mom sends me jam. I ain't sharing with no with no other French boys." But either way, so Joseph basically, I'm just gonna spoil the ending of the film. Who cares?
Yeah, just go for it.
Joseph rats out because he gets fired for being caught stealing. He pretty much rats out the boarding house and the head priest for hiding Jews.
Yep.
And
But
everyone
did
knows.
Joseph know they were hiding Jews?
Well, yeah, that's actually a little connection that I'm not entirely sure about, but he must have known. Like, he must
Because
have
he's looking
caught
dapper
wind.
at the end.
He must have caught wind of it because, it was just his spite at the end that led him to tell the Gestapo what was happening at this school.
In order to get a picture of Joseph, he looks like a malnourished Joe Keery.
You know
Okay,
what? That
yeah.
is a very accurate description. And so yeah,
Weirdly, my type. Okay.
really sad. But the Gestapo rock up in the middle of one January morning, and they say, we're looking for Jean Kippelstein. And they're like, there's no one.
Oh, that kid's
There's
an
no-
idiot. When the main kid turns around and looks at him,
Yeah.
it's just like, you're an idiot,
God
kid.
damn. He's just like, they're like, oh, there's no one. We don't have anyone by that name.
Yeah.
And everyone
get
stays
out of here, you
silent.
Nazis.
And he just sort of stands around a little bit. He starts having a random
He,
chat.
he does this. Ready? Sorry, audio people who can't. He's sitting there in the class, like the Gestapo's there. They're kind of watching. The kid's behind here. He's just like,
Oh my god.
and
His
it's just
best
like,
friend- I mean,
I
he waits
wonder,
a little while. He waits a while, but
Yeah.
he just sort of like looks at him.
I
which
wonder who
gets
the Jew
Gestapo
is.
man to be like, follow me.
Yeah.
And the poor child, they round up the three Jewish children that they had there, and the priest. They say, "Look, the principal here has been committing a serious crime." He ends the film by saying, "Au revoir, les enfants," like goodbye, children.
Yep.
And the children died at Auschwitz.
Yeah, we don't see it. We just
We
get
don't
told.
see it. No.
I was going to say, this is actually on the Wikipedia. The film is based on the real events of the childhood of the director, Louis Malle, who was 11, attended a Roman Catholic boarding school. Literally just the plot of the film,
It's
where he
so
witnessed a Gestapo raid and 3 Jewish students and a Jewish teacher were deported to Auschwitz.
War films are sad. War films are sad.
Did
World
Home-
War II films are sadder. One's about persecuting Jewish people, even sadder.
Yep.
But it's almost like The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. No one wants to watch stuff about Jewish children. It's
Did Homeboy on the
tragic.
roof get away? He got in the way, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he got I think he got away.
Which I was about to yell. I thought he was going to get caught by the kid again because if some dude gets on the roof trying to hide, don't walk outside and then look at him on the roof.
It's actually really sad at the ending because you see the Jewish child like running into the infirmary and they're like, get under the covers of the bed,
Yeah.
like hide in the bed, pretend
Oh, the
that you're
Pretend
sleeping
you're-
and
yeah, go on.
that you're a sick child lying in bed. Like, don't give away your appearance. And they find him and it's,
Or the nun just rats him out.
Yeah.
Bitch.
It was very, very sad movie. I was bawling my eyes out.
It does look sad. It looks sad. Looking at pictures of the film, it looks sad.
And, had something on my mind and it just disappeared.
Disappeared.
Yeah, I thought the only problem I had with the film was that I really didn't like the main kid because he
Julien?
kind of acted like, for the most part, for the first half, because he was acting like he had a reputation in school where he was like a leader and all the kids looked up to him to some sorts.
Popular kid.
And he definitely wore that on his shoulders. He enjoyed it.
one
But
of
he wets
those.
But then he
Bed.
wets the bed, and I'm like, "You're a bitch!" Like you
Oh.
just, they all know. They're all gonna find out.
Man, that's a huge
I-
character development.
Yeah, I don't
And even at
I
the
don't hate
beginning,
the
acting
child.
like a bitch.
I think he's a little cutie pie, the child,
Oh.
the main kid. I don't.
Call the police.
No, he's adorable, and so is the other child, John.
Keep
these two?
If you keep
Yeah,
talking
those
like
two.
that, you're gonna share a cell with Rolf.
And so, yeah, I think that they're adorable children. I think their whole demeanor was adorable and how they formed their friendship was adorable. They formed it during a treasure hunt. They're
Oh,
such little cutie pies.
that is cute.
So yeah, I didn't have any issues with that. I really, really liked the movie. I was just upset by how upset it made me. But that's a credit to the film.
Yeah.
That's not very hard either.
And
No.
the tough thing is that by showing these real life events and the fact that they are so sad and tragic, it teaches everyone about what's going on and make sure this shit doesn't happen again.
I think I ended up giving it 4.5.
I did too, I think.
Very nice.
Only half star gone because of that Jewish kid. Not the Jewish kid. Jewish kid was perfect. Mwah.
The main
Loved
character.
you. The main character, the Frenchie.
Man,
But it's good acting,
That
really.
who
good
also
acting
might
from
have
the
been
children.
Jewish.
we can't judge.
No, I'm pretty sure he's like wasn't grandma or something Jewish, and they're like, no, she was some other thing, and they're like, but they've also been known to be Jewish as well.
Right.
They had a conversation at lunch with
But
the
it's
Jew.
one of those things where the main character you're following, you couldn't quite gel with.
Only him. Like I was
Yeah.
like,
But the acting was all right, wasn't
it
it?
was good. Good
Okay.
acting.
I'm glad. So we like the
Especially-
movie. I highly recommend it now. It's been spoiled for everyone. But
I mean, it's a World War
By
II film. I don't know
malnourished
what.
Joe Keery.
Like,
I
you
would
can't-
watch it for, like, even though you know what happens now, I'd still watch it to see the development.
Well, we all knew
Yeah,
what
characters.
happened to the.
I didn't
World
think
War
it was
II.
going to happen.
Yeah.
I, didn't.
Well, it's
I
no-
thought they were going to
it's-
get away with it. This should be a Schindler's List sort of
It's
thing.
no Jojo Rabbit.
I was going to say
Yeah.
kind of spoilers for Jojo Rabbit. Like,
It came out a
They
year
do
ago.
get out of it. They do get out. It is a kind of happy.
Spoilers
ending.
for Get Out,
Spoilers for Get Out, depending on
Out.
which version you watch.
the theatrical version. There's only one version. The other one's just like a
Yeah.
deleted
Alternate
scene.
ending.
I still love that argument when we were all away in a Airbnb and we all argued because Michaela and I thought the other ending sounded better.
Nah,
Yeah.
Which one was the other ending?
where he gets caught and sent to jail.
Oh, that's right.
I think that would have made the film too sad.
But then they couldn't do Get Out 2.
Get Out of it.
Get Out 2 in the suburbs. Back in the
No,
burbs.
Get Out.
Back in the
It's,
burbs.
it's
over
Get Out
the
2,
hedge.
Get back in.
Get
Get
Over
Out
the
2,
Hedge
get back.
sequel. Good
Get
lord.
Out
So, yeah,
2,
that
back in the
was-
burbs.
Our foreign film. And next week we're going to go somewhere else. Oh, next fortnight we're going to go somewhere else.
Oh, do you know any idea where we're going to go?
Well, I've got two more, so
haven't
make 'em
decided
count.
yet. Probably
We've
Korea.
only got 2 more, so
Cool.
make them count.
Yeah, I know. 2 more.
You could tell the people now.
I don't know
'Cause you're not
exactly
here
which
next
one I'm
week.
going to show you.
Is-
Or quick pick.
Is the
flip a
final
coin.
two South Korea and
Start
North
talking
Korea?
about something else. I will tell
No,
you.
I've got it. We've got to do it before we play the music. As soon as the music plays, it's over.
Fine. We're going to go
Go
to.
Indonesia, do it.
We're going to go. No, we're going to go to Spain.
Viet Cong.
Spain.
We're going to watch Pain and Glory. Pain and
Took
Glory.
the easy way out.
Indonesia.
Yep.
Do something a bit different.
Now I believe Alex has to go and do some things.
I do have
So
to shower.
Alex is going to go for a moment. So
shower.
we'll have him back in a minute. When he comes back, we're going to have another segment of Finance with Alex where he's going to run us through the box office. There's some more films in there now. Alex has seen, I think he's seen Bill and Ted like 85 times now, but we'll get there eventually. We'll hear from him and then we'll get into what we've been watching where we also get another little...
I think we're going to be pushing over an hour again.
Yeah,
Wait,
possibly.
this is going to be a long one.
This is a little bit of a long one, but it's fine. Everyone,
The past 2 weeks have
Settle.
been a little bit of long ones.
yeah, we've done some long episodes lately. We do need to trim that down a little bit. We'll get there. One of these days we'll figure it out, but oh, the lad. The lad has entered the building.
So, can we just quickly recap what happened last time? I swear he was about to fight me because I couldn't stop making fun of him.
So, other Alex is back for those listening to the podcast.
Sup, nerds?
There he is.
And nerdettes.
Thank you.
Oh, at least he...
That's inclusive.
We're progressive in the future.
Are you?
I don't know if that is progressive or not.
yeah.
Nerd
I
is
thought
nerdettes.
about it as
Yeah.
I was saying it. And I was like, wait, no, that's not right. How you been, man? You
Great,
good?
great.
Good. What are you here to review for us this week?
Well, it was interesting because you guys were going to get Wonder Woman 1985 in October.
84.
84. Yep.
Which you also wrote on here as 1948.
Yep.
I also got a question before we do that.
What's up? Nice to meet you.
It's nighttime. Why do you have sunnies on?
Because they got lights.
It's
That's a good
nighttime.
point.
Got lights.
Yeah, I'll give him
I
that.
mean, but
It's
we're
bright.
also like all fine
And my future
right
is
now.
bright, and I would know because I've been there. Anyway,
Look, I don't believe that one bit.
So Wonder
Woman.
Woman.
yeah. So I still think I might do that one, but it got pushed back to December. So I was thinking about holding it back, but I think I'm going to stick with it. Wonder
Yeah?
Woman
All right, tell us about
Are
it.
you guys getting
It's
this whole
1985, 1984.
84.
1984? Are you guys in your dimension getting all this Snyder Cut stuff business happening?
No, the Snyder Cut got released.
Oh.
The Snyder Cut is just known as Justice League.
Oh, it just happened.
4 hours.
Is it any good?
It's great. Best
cool.
movie ever made. It brought the world together. Like Bill and Ted, it aligned the planets.
Okay.
And now that we have communicated with extraterrestrial lives and we have harmony even with the household pets as well.
Oh, nice.
So, look forward to that. Oh, you don't, because it's alternate reality.
But how was Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman. Now, let me go back and tell you my thoughts on the first Wonder Woman.
Okay.
I didn't like the first 2 acts of it.
Okay.
I thought the finale was really solid.
The CG fight?
The CG fight was really solid. The
Alright.
rest of it was a bit boring.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought the rest of it was a bit of a slog, really.
Yep.
And that's my thoughts of the first one. Not great, but the ending kind of nearly hooked it back and nearly got me.
All right. You didn't like the Amazonian stuff?
What are they?
Like the first bit on the
the big
island where
women?
she
The
grew
tough
up.
women?
Yeah, the big tough women.
Yeah, they were good.
It was good?
Well, they were alright.
Okay.
Just
and
alright.
Whinge a lot.
what about Chris Pine? Did you like him?
Who's he?
That's the blonde guy.
Yes.
The blonde pilot guy who crashed
Yeah.
on the island and then
Lots of blonde men.
they go back to the rest of the world.
The pilot. Yep. No, he was good.
Yeah.
He's in this new one too, by the way. I'm
Yeah.
not sure. He died. It confused me because he died in it, and in this one he's back.
Yeah, we're
And,
we're all
are
a
you
bit
confused too?
confused.
Do you want me to explain that for you?
Yeah,
guys?
so
You know,
from,
no,
from,
don't spoil too much.
So from what you thought in Wonder Woman 18 fucking whatever it is.
1946.
Yep, sure. How did they explain Chris Pine coming back?
This was really interesting. I thought it was good. So what happens is, Wonder Woman goes out and she's got to take some gold to go get groceries from the store.
Gold. She takes
She
gold.
meets- she meets a merchant and they trade her some beans.
Oh.
And she takes the gold and then she plants the beans in the ground and then Chris Pine grows from like a little pod off of a beanstalk.
All right, hold
Okay.
on a sec. Did you just watch Jack and the Beanstalk?
No, I watched Wonder Woman 1985.
Are you sure you didn't watch Jack and the Beanstalk?
No, I watched
Did a
this.
giant happen to die in the
No,
clouds?
there's no giants. It's just Chris Pine grew off a tree.
Okay, that's interesting.
So that's how they brought
That's
him
a
back
weird
to life.
direction,
No,
DC.
it was really weird because it was totally detached for the rest of the movie. Like, I was watching it. I was just like, why is Wonder Woman going to buy groceries? This is a bit out of the blue.
Okay.
But, like I said, no action in that first part. So,
All right, and then you got introduced to Kristen Wiig, I assume?
she was the cat girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
Catwoman?
No, not Catwoman.
No.
Cheetah.
Cheetah.
Yeah, same universe, different characters.
Did you guys watch Cheetah Girls? That was
I
a good-
did.
Girls.
a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
we
That was a
enjoyed
good
that.
one. A lot of action in that one.
Can't say I
Yeah,
ever watched
but
that.
more of action of the heart.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
an action of the vocal cords, and me and Alex actually do share something in common. We are a fan of the musicals,
Oh, okay, nice.
but
Which one's
I'm
your
more of a
favourite?
Sweeney Todd guy because that's got a bit of action in
Oh,
it.
yes.
okay, okay, I can give that.
Anywho,
You only like that one bit at the middle of Hamilton.
the pew pew.
Yeah, all the fighting.
Good. What else do you want to know? Kristen Wiig.
Kristen Wiig's Cheetah. How was she?
Weird because she didn't have a wig, so that threw me for a left.
her name threw you
curveball.
off?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I take everything literally.
Ah,
I'm
fair.
not sure if you guys have noticed. And
So
I-
when she appeared on screen
with a full
as-
head of hair, I was
Yeah.
like, "This is a bit."
But how did you know it wasn't a wig?
Oh, because she does flips and would just fall off.
So wigs can be stuck to
No, they
someone's head.
can't. Not Kristen Wigs.
So
I give up on this. Dude.
getting into it a bit further, how was Pedro Pascal?
He's he's in
He's in a suit.
yeah. Well, he's in a lot of suits. He's in Kingsman. Enjoyed the second one better than the first one.
Yeah.
So he's in that one. That was a good flick. That one, lots of action. Enjoyed
There is a
that.
lot of action.
This one again, I thought was like the middle chunk of it was like, when we're going to do something,
Okay.
they're just, she shows up and she goes, growl.
Oh,
And
yep.
great.
Yep.
Not that cool, and then Wonder Woman's got a lasso and she's just like,
The question is there a big CG fight at the end?
yes, and that's what I want to talk about
You want to talk about the CG fight?
because it's
Big, it's epic.
it's
is there
big,
explosions?
it's incoherent, and I loved it.
Yep.
Does
Didn't
it
make any
feel like
sense.
Michael Bay did it?
No, that's what could have made it better.
More
I
explosions.
I think
You think if Patty Jenkins did the first 2/3, and then if Michael Bay came in and
because
finished the lap.
Transformers and Bad Boys 2, these are all films that capture everyone by the soul.
Yeah.
The heart. We love them. We love to watch them. We feel like we're the characters in them.
How'd you feel about the CGI cheetah?
It was the best part of the film.
Okay.
It didn't look real, and I liked that because then I was like, she's not getting hurt.
Oh,
She's staying
wow,
safe.
you care.
And, but at the same time, I was really conflicted because I wanted to see her get hurt because action.
Yeah?
And she jumped off a few walls, did some few flips, and then
Yep.
at the end of the day, wasn't as big as epic as the end of the first one. So
Yeah, she wasn't fighting a god.
I thought the most interesting parts in the movie was when Charlie Chaplin rocked up.
Okay.
Yeah, real good. Old Charlie Chaplin, of course, because he would have been alive.
Chaplin?
Then. Yeah.
Charlie Chaplin, not Chapman.
The silent
Charlie
actor?
Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin. Plin. I'm not saying Plin. Charlie Chaplin.
You said Mun.
No, I didn't.
Did sound like it.
It
Charlie
sounded
Chaplin.
like it.
I
So
don't
Charlie
know.
Chaplin showed up.
Anyway,
With the Hitler mustache and everything.
Okay.
And it was
Was
really
he
cool because
on
everything
the
else was in
Beanstalk?
color. And
Interesting that he died in 1977.
That's the thing. That's the beauty of the beanstalk.
So it's the
It brings
beanstalk.
people back.
well, yeah, apparently Chris Pine died in the first movie, so
Beanstalk. And she chose Charlie Chaplin.
Oh, it's like a selection thing.
She was like Wonder Woman. You get to bring one person back to life.
it's Charlie Chaplin.
Okay.
And Wonder Woman's like, I want Charlie Chaplin.
So, was there Charlie Chaplin in your Justice League movie? Was he
No.
like a
No,
end credits thing? Or?
You're asking me a lot of questions to a lot of movies.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not narrowing it down to just the one film. Is Charlie Chaplin going to be in the DCEU?
Well,
though?
do you want spoilers or not?
Oh.
No. Let's leave some things to the imagination.
Okay.
Now,
I won't spoil it anyway. At the end, Charlie Chaplin just kind of goes into Super Saiyan mode and he gets really big.
but you still have
And
to hit
all
the
silent, by the way.
Is he
all
still in
silent.
black and white
Yeah, he's in
with
black
no
and white.
noise?
No noise.
Okay.
And anything he doesn't say. He could punch a building, nothing, no noise. Really, yeah. I thought it would have been better if someone stood up midway with a card and went poof.
Okay.
But
Yep.
they didn't do it. Missed opportunity. And so he, and he just wrecked shit. And then he stepped on Cheetah,
Oh,
and she caught it for a second. And you're like, wow,
She's
look
so
how
tough.
strong she is. Then Wonder Woman came in and punched Cheetah, and she lost the ability to hold up
yep.
the foot, and she got crushed.
Oh no.
And then he kind of just wiped her off on a building.
This
That's-
film sounds.
Wonder Woman 1970.
so what are your final thoughts on
1975?
Wonder Woman?
Huh?
What's the final thoughts on Wonder Woman?
5 out of
Final
5.
verdict.
5 out of 5.
5
Five
out of
out of
5.
Really enjoyed it.
Thank
Just for the CG
It's
fight?
CG fight. It was really slow in the middle. I would never watch the first 2 acts of this movie again, but the ending was unreal.
Okay.
5
Well,
out
there
of
you go.
5.
You heard it here first.
And I'm out.
Wonder Woman, 1870 rickety ticky tavi.
2082.
There it is. Well, it's always a pleasure having the
Is it though?
wonderful interdimensional intertime
Is it always a pleasure?
Alex. I hope he's being nice to Alex's family here. With
Nah, I
him.
reckon it'd be pretty douchey.
Yeah, we heard last fortnight that it wasn't the best time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess it's time for the other Alex segment. I can see him making his way back in a sec.
He's coming back in a minute. In the meantime, our sponsor, we don't have a sponsor, but you can go to our Patreon, patreon.com/Movie Talk. If you give us enough, we'll thank you.
Thanks in advance.
Yeah, you get access to all of our commentary tracks, and you get behind the scenes stuff when we share some behind the scenes stuff. We're just hanging out, having a good time.
Hello.
Alex,
Ciao. It
you're
was
back.
good. Thanks for asking, guys.
Very welcome. You have some.
There's a bit of a song playing for you.
Yeah.
It's what
He loves the beginning.
His lovely edit of the song.
We finally have some. We have some.
It started last week.
Oh, it started
actually.
last week, did it? Okay, sorry about that. But
But
we
you
have
should
some.
even
We have
keep
some
up with what we
figures.
do when you're not here.
We have some figures. Yeah, I know. I don't want to listen to this crap. I told you.
Go figure. Hey, our best episode's the ones where you're not
Steph,
here.
what if I
Yeah.
edit together a version of the show where it's everyone else is normal, but your track is on mute, so you don't have to listen to yourself?
You know what?
You would probably listen
Okay.
to
That
it.
could work.
Raiden, can
Ladies
we
and
do the
gentlemen.
evil thing and just make it her track?
It's my segment. It's my turn. Everyone look at me. It's my segment.
Me over here, look at me.
Anyway, so let's talk about movies and box office. Let's rattle these down real quick. Number one, we had Tenet making $6.7 million in the US box office this weekend, bringing its worldwide gross to $207.5 million.
Yeah.
That's nearing.
So it dropped from last week. If everyone looks on their graphs,
Yes,
on their
I was going to
tables,
say
the red means they
So
dropped.
that's only 12 mil. That's 12 mil off of their budget, so that's not too bad.
You know, they're going to get there. They're going to make a budget back, maybe make a profit. Who knows?
Yeah.
New Mutants staying in second, made $2.1 million. It is grossed $29 million.
Okay.
Not bad.
So it's
The budget
about,
of 67.
it's almost halfway.
Almost there. Yep. Unhinged, nearly at this budget, made $1.5 million off 25
That's
million
that
worldwide.
shitty Russell Crowe one,
Looks
isn't it?
great.
You say shitty, but apparently a lot of people are
New
enjoying
movie
it.
here coming out in Australian theatres on Thursday.
New movie.
It's called The Broken Hearts Gallery. It stars Dacre Montgomery.
Ooh.
And the girl who's very, very big rumoured to play Kamala Khan.
Ooh.
It is about two people, one who's just been dumped, the other one's trying to start a cafe/gallery. And they just one night, they hang a tie up and leave a message saying this is from an old relationship, but then everyone starts bringing on their mementos from their relationships.
Ah.
Very cool.
cool.
Steph
Okay.
also just
Seems
pointed
charming.
out, has Philippa Sue in it. Hamilton alumni.
So that's a new one coming out this week, and that made 1.1 million. It's made 1.5 overall off an $8 million budget, so that shouldn't have a hard time getting its budget back, even in COVID circumstances. And then the greatest film ever made, coming at number 5, making $292,000. That's also, remember for a second, this is the only movie here that
Is also
It's
on
VOD.
stream.
that's also came out on VOD
Do we
on the same
still
time.
have any numbers for that?
No, I have no VOD numbers at the moment.
That's fair.
They weirdly haven't released them.
Yeah.
$2.9 million.
So I reckon off a VOD that'd be pretty
Of a
solid.
budget of 15.6. Now, I forgot to mention here, Milan didn't make a lot of money. Being released in China, made about $10 million.
And more things coming out of Mulan, controversies and shit. A lot of people are boycotting it. I learnt about this week. Where
Hashtag fuck Milan.
a lot of people are boycotting it due to the fact that some of the places where Mulan was shot, the actual locations they used are actually the places in China where they are doing Muslim concentration camps. And it was apparently part of a
Is that
deal.
like a NAPLAN?
Part of a
learning
deal
institution?
to get with to get cheap settings to shoot, and also as part of like a tourism thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so a lot of people are. I highly recommend everyone go look it up because I don't know all the facts. I just know that as the basis. So everyone go look up what's going on with Mulan and know whether or not
And don't watch it.
you want to support that or
Milan
not.
sucked.
So
The more you thought
Yeah, then
thinking
it
about
sucked.
it.
Anyway, so
give
I
it a
can-
Google.
Did you see it, Steph?
No, I didn't watch it, but I mean, I listened to you. I trust you guys.
Oh, you listen to it.
You didn't listen
I
to
listened
us.
to you verbally talk about it off
You
the
didn't
show.
listen
That
to
you.
us. Did not listen to our show.
No, I listened to you guys verbally tell me that it wasn't very good.
Sucked. Worst film I've ever seen.
There we go.
One of this year, definitely.
But yeah, other than that, we still have no VOD sales or anything anyway.
Nope.
I just gave it a quick Google.
So yeah, that's it. That's Finance with Alex this week. Did it real quick.
Let's get into what we've been watching.
Braden, off you go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I watched 2 movies this week. They're also 2 movies that Alex and Steph watched because we watched them with our good friend Dan from TerraVision Horror Podcast and Hack the Dino. Everyone go check those out if you're into horror or video games. But we watched...
But not both. You can only choose one.
Yeah, well, they are separate. Sometimes Dan will talk about a horror game on Hack the Dino, but that's a whole other thing. We watched Wes Anderson's The Darjeeling Limited, which I always have trouble saying because I go to say unlimited for some reason. In fact, Alex still has it written down in his bit here that it's Darjeeling Unlimited.
I did that on purpose.
Okay, cool. Man, this is a great fucking flick.
It's awesome.
I loved it. I gave it a 5 out of 5. It was so cool. I'd never seen it before. This is where we're following 3 brothers on a train in India, going to possibly try and find their mum. who kind of abandoned them when their father died.
They're estranged, so they're sort of
It's Wes
working their own
Anderson's
relationships with each other.
kooky family members, kooky characters in a very realistic world.
I do like that about this
And
film.
I thought they fucking nailed it. Everything shot on the train is mind-boggling at the fact that how well it's shot.
It's so well executed. It's very difficult to accomplish that in such a tiny, cramped space.
Yeah, it's just craziness. And the three brothers, the actors were fucking incredible. Like they were just spot on, perfect. Love that. And then Alex chose something very nice for us to.
We all chose this.
Well, it was
We
a
did.
joint decision,
It was
but Alex
a joint decision just
initially
because Dan
suggested
said he hadn't seen it, and I was like, well, then you'd love Looney Tunes Back in Action, and then
Yeah.
everyone kind of just went, let's watch that.
Yeah, so we watched
I'm
Looney
always
Tunes
on
Back in
board for
Action.
Looney Tunes Back in Action.
5 out of 5. It's just pure perfection.
It's ironic. It's an ironic 5 out of 5 from me.
It's a nostalgic 5 out of 5 from me.
I gave it 4 out of 5.
Jesus Christ, it's such
Unironic.
a good movie. If anyone listening to this show hasn't watched Looney Tunes Back in Action, please do. And afterwards, just go
Gave
and
it
read
4.5 out of 5.
all
Oh,
of
did I?
the IMDb trivia because it's so interesting. There's so many cheeky references in that film. It's great. I love it. And yeah, that's what I watched.
Very nice.
Steph, what'd you watch?
I didn't watch too much more. I actually just remembered I did put down my score afterwards. I lowered it, but it's I think that's because when I went
Okay,
to
we
log
get
at that time. Anyway,
Alex, are
it
you
did
going through
go
an
down in my opinion.
Editing ours, so they say unlimited as well.
Maybe.
I watched Darjeeling Limited. Yep, don't want to speak about that anymore.
Yeah.
I really, really liked it.
You had
Same
seen it
with-
before, hadn't you?
I had, yes, but it was almost like a new experience for me because I hadn't watched it in a very long time. And I hadn't been exposed to Wes Anderson before that point when I watched it the first time.
nice.
So I didn't really
Oh,
need to
no.
expect that.
I think it's still on.
That could have been awkward.
Looney Tunes Back in Action, fabulous. Very nostalgic, like just so much fun to watch.
It's such a fun film.
What else did I watch? I also watched, I'm thinking of ending things.
Yeah, I want
So-
this to be what you talk about because you showed me a little bit of this. Not really. You told me a little bit about it before.
Sorry to interrupt, but I'm laughing here because I just looked at Michael's what I've been watching, and never in my life have I seen a stranger collection of things.
Yeah, no, you are right. I'll give you that. We'll get to
Quite
that in a
strange,
sec.
yeah.
But yeah, you watched I'm Thinking of Ending Things, which is on Netflix.
New Netflix movie. Stars Jesse Plemons and
It's a bit split, I've heard. Some people love it, some people hate
it
it.
is quite split.
Not the movie split.
No, directed by Charlie Kaufman,
Yeah.
and it's based on a novel of the same name. And look, it is just maybe the weirdest film I have ever seen in my entire life.
Yes. You were saying this is that's a true sentence for you after having just watched I'm Sorry to Bother You, you were saying.
Yes, that's right. I compared it to that, which was until this point the weirdest movie I'd ever seen in my life.
It's got a critic score of 83, verified fresh, and an audience score of 48.
Yeah.
Oof.
And look, I had when we Googled it, there's a 33-minute explained video
Yeah.
afterwards trying to
explain what this film is about.
Yeah. And I feel like it's almost like I said with Tenet, it's weird for the sake of being weird and it's a little confusing and they don't give you any explanation and it's almost a little too much for the audience to have to figure out. But maybe that's just me being a little bit thick.
I don't think Tenet was trying to be, but it's just trying to overcomplicate.
Yeah,
things.
Well-
Tenet was him putting all of his eggs in one basket.
It
Exactly.
wasn't him being weird.
No, but it's a bit of a weird movie.
It's no weirder than Inception.
No, that is true.
It's just a confusing
yeah, it was
time-related
confusing.
movie.
I would use that. That's
He
the word
loves
that I would
time
use then.
and he went a bit overboard this time.
Yeah. And so I think that
Yeah.
for a movie to have a 33-minute explained video it doesn't really bode well. But after reading an article that explained the events of the film, I would give it credit. Look, it's shot really well.
Yeah,
From a
I was gonna
filmmaking
say,
standpoint, it looks good. It's a bit wacky, a bit artsy,
Yeah.
a bit strange, but that just plays into the whole atmosphere that the film's trying to go for. But yeah, reading it, I understand, and I think that the article is right when it says that you need to watch it twice with the knowledge after reading
Okay.
the article to really appreciate what's going on. But I also don't think that that should be necessary for a film. So
if you're having to explain shit afterwards to that extent,
Yeah.
and to say now go watch it again, you'll get it.
yeah,
That's a bit much.
exactly.
We
So-
can't rush Steph along. We yabbed on about whatever the fuck we wanted.
No, that's okay. That's all I really had to say about it. I don't want to say anything to spoil it because it's only really new.
Yeah.
People should go and give it a watch.
I
but
recommend everyone
it's
go
quite long
at
too.
least go and watch the trailer
2 hours and 14 minutes. It's a little bit long.
because at watching the trailer just before the show, you were saying it looks like it's something The Simpsons would make fun of at like an art indie film festival thing. Like it looks like a parody.
Yeah. exactly. So then, yeah, that was basically what I wanted to talk about. Then I just watched Scott Pilgrim versus the World and Reservoir Dogs. Hadn't seen Scott Pilgrim before.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah, no, I hadn't.
What did you give it?
Just
I,
at least.
I liked it. I think I gave it 4.
Okay, cool.
Too low.
It is too low, but that's fine.
Maybe I need to rewatch that one too.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I did really like it.
Cool. Michael, what's this
All right.
weird ass 4 things you've watched?
So, to Alex's excitement, I watched a bit more Parks and Rec. So I'm finally back on that train
Season
after
3? You on season 3?
almost.
Well,
Um,
win some.
after finally updating my stand like payment details so I could watch Apocalypse Now. Watch some in-betweeners because
it's a Stan's back.
why not?
Because Stan's back.
Huh.
It's on Stan, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
There we
Stan's
go.
back.
Watched in-betweeners.
Stan's back.
Fantastic show.
It is great.
Good. Now to the movies. The other night I watched Madagascar.
Great film. Holds up.
It is good.
Great movie. I hadn't watched it since I was a kid.
New
and
York Giants.
I remember like every little bit.
Yeah,
of it,
all
'cause
the-
I watched
Thank
that
you,
one.
Mr.
so much.
Alex.
And then yesterday, before I went to work, I saw it on Netflix and I decided that
Gotta put it on.
just to watch it.
Greatest film ever made.
Jackass 3D.
Jesus.
Did you watch it in 3D?
Sadly, I didn't have any
then you can
3D
only call it
glasses.
Jackass 3.
I didn't have any 3D glasses present, and Netflix doesn't give that option. So
That'd be funny they did. They should. The 3D TV's still kind of in
no,
circulation.
that died.
3 died hard.
That died very quickly.
Died hard. War with a vengeance.
Yeah,
Does it hold up?
It's great.
I still laugh at it. It's very like boyish humor.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
disgusting, stupid shit, and I love it.
Yeah. So Stefan, you two would be giggling away. And Steph,
Steph-
All
would
right,
be-
Steph, have you ever seen it?
I have a Oh no, I haven't. No,
No, okay.
I was lost.
Steph,
I got Jackass.
I'm gonna give you one of the more.
Madagascar.
I know what Jackass
No,
is.
I'm gonna describe one of the more disgusting stunts they
I
do.
don't think I want you to.
So they have a nice train set that got painted scenery and stuff, and there's a mountain in the middle with some trees and stuff on it.
Alex is already losing it.
So what it
funny.
actually is a hole in the table. Someone stuck his ass out and he shoots into the air.
Yeah, and they record it in slow motion as the train.
Jesus.
That's not
Like
You
even.
a
guys find that
volcano.
hilarious. You're
But-
crying. You're crying. Okay.
It's just so
See, that's funny for shock appeal, but then there's generally great ones where they're just standing at the back of an aeroplane and like with all the wind from the engines going
yeah.
that way, they just run in front of it. They just go full.
They're standing
Yeah.
behind like a jet plane, and they're throwing like tomatoes and flour
Yeah.
and stuff. Like they try and like do
They-
little skits. They walk across like one as a waiter. He's got to carry a plate and he gets blown over.
Well, I think they're crazy.
Yeah.
They
they're
are.
gross.
It's fat. Great.
And you guys can have your films, but
Anyway,
I will go with that.
Alex, what
What's
did you
up?
watch?
It's me. Let's do this. It's your boy. I'm only gonna talk about one, and because I saw New Mutants, so I should mention no one should pay to see this film.
Oh,
okay.
really?
Talk about that one quickly.
Never more have I been sitting in a movie and I get most of the way through and I go, I understand why they wanted to do reshoots on this.
Oh.
Because especially the reason they wanted to they wanted to do reshoots to make it scarier. Absolutely needed to do that. Braden could watch this movie no problem.
Oh, really?
Really?
Oh, dear.
It's not a horror film at all, not even the slightest.
I was at least expecting it to be a little scary.
Nah, the biggest scare is that maybe you get scared, not of things popping out, but maybe some character designs. That's about it.
Okay.
Oh, really? Thanks.
So let's talk about some weird things about it I found in the film. I want to talk about 2 major problems I had. Not with the story, with some of the execution. There was a specific cut in the film. Now, it's Braden and I have been through editing classes here. Braden, when you're cutting to a shot, if you're cutting to a shot from another shot, what's the main rule? Make sure the shot's what?
At least
70% different. There's a cut in here where they walk down a hallway and they cut the reverse to see their backs walking down the hallway, and it's probably
the
about
exact
20%
same.
different.
Oh,
So it's very
weird.
jarring. And there was this
bit of a weird jump
watch is telling me to breathe.
Yeah, I got that just before as well.
Anyway, and then there is this weird effect they had. Now I definitely don't think they added it post. I think it was just something that happened while they were filming it that they couldn't get rid of. I think a fluorescent light was giving some weird lens effect on the camera.
Okay.
And it was really jarring. It was almost like watching a 3D movie without the glasses on.
Oh, it went a bit old.
It went really weird.
Blurry and shit.
So yeah, it definitely popped out more than anything and it was really blurry. And every time I cut back to the shot, my eyes kept diverting to it.
Okay, yeah, that's a bit of a pain.
So that's my problems with some of the execution on the technical side of the film. Now, we want to talk about characters in the film. There's 5 of them. Couldn't tell you their names.
Oh no.
So you've got your Breakfast Club, we're going to call them, because that's very basically what the film's trying to do.
I know that Magic is one of them.
Who's that?
That's the chick with the sword.
Ah, yes.
And
Taylor-Joy.
Taylor-Joy, yes.
I only know them from their actors. That's
You know the
thing.
actors.
There's Stranger Things
All
guy.
right.
There's Split Girl, we're going to call her. Then there's Game of Thrones girl.
Okay.
Anyway, so you've got your characters. You know, they're so base level character types. You got Anya Taylor-Joy, who is like the girl who doesn't like the new girl.
Okay,
She bullies her, and she's got a Russian accent for 60% of the film.
But only 60%.
Only 6. There is a monologue where she's talking about her trauma. She's softly speaking, but there is not a hint of a Russian accent in
Oh
there.
no.
It's real bad.
Oh bless.
So yeah, she's like your mean girl. Then you've got this this other character. I can't remember his name. Sorry, everyone. He's a fireman.
Sunspot.
Sunspot. Him. He's not dude from Stranger Things. Is that right?
Henry
no.
Zaga.
Him.
No, Charlie Heaton is.
Yeah, Charlie Heaton. So
I love that 2 of the characters have their full on like MCU X-Men names with Magic and Sunspot, and the others are just Rain, Sam, and Danielle.
yeah, Danielle is the main character who we follow. She's our main girl.
Okay.
You follow this other guy, the Sunspot.
Yeah.
He's literally just a rich douchebag, and he wears a pop-collared polo throughout most of the film.
Ooh.
So he's very.
That's his characterization.
That's his characterization. He's rich and he's a bit douchey.
Fun.
And he's kind of the comic relief. He says some funny things.
Okay.
Sometimes. He basically just really wants to fuck Anya Taylor-Joy throughout the whole movie.
Okay.
And then there's Macy Williams, who is just the nice girl who befriends the new girl. You know that.
Yeah.
And then there's Charlie Heaton, who's just your e-boy.
Yeah.
He's kind
Intriguing.
of like, oh, you know, he did some things that led him in he shouldn't have done, and he regrets them. He's sad.
That's about
That's
it.
your characterization for these characters. Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
It's fine. It's not horrible. I didn't hate myself watching it, but I'm never going to watch it again.
Okay.
It's definitely a check it out on Netflix if you're bored one night film.
How without getting into too many spoilers,
Yep.
I don't know if this is even something
Yep.
you would want to talk about. How was the bear?
The bear. Surprisingly held up all right.
Okay.
Didn't look awful. Can we spoil it?
Yeah, go for
Yeah,
it. No
so-
one cares about this movie.
Huh?
Just go
The
for
end
it.
of the movie, so the whole thing is like Danielle, who's the new girl. Her power is she takes your fear and then uses it against you.
So she's it.
Yeah, pretty much. She's Pennywise. Yeah, nailed that. And her fear is a giant bear.
Demon bear.
Demon bear. And the other 4 spend the last part of the movie fighting it.
Yeah.
They definitely want to make a sequel to this.
hope not.
Big plot things like the Essex Corporation's behind everything.
Okay. Yep.
I don't know, Mr. Sinister, I believe that's his corporation.
Which was also then that was teased ages ago.
In Apocalypse.
Yep.
So definitely shows when this film's meant to come out.
Ooh.
They mentioned the X-Men once, and yeah.
That was about it.
Other than that, it's definitely a 2.5 out of 5. It's definitely just a
Bang
straight
in the
down the
middle.
middle.
Straight down the middle.
Not awful, not good. Would never watch it again unless I had to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bit plain.
It's a bit of a plain Jane.
Okay.
Fair enough.
That's New Mutants.
Damn.
So what else did you watch?
Yeah, the rest shit out. I watched Moonrise Kingdom. That was new. Never watched it before. It was good. Darjeeling Limited we talked about. Looney Tunes, greatest film of all time. Bill and Ted Face the Music, second greatest film of all time.
How many times have you seen it?
Twice now. And I think that's it. Oh, and I watched Watchmen. I might save that for next week.
Yeah,
so we can talk about it. So
I'll watch the final episode finally, and then we can talk about it.
yeah, I'll talk about Watchmen next
Maybe
week.
I'll watch the movie or something. 'Cause I haven't seen
Good
the
movie.
Have you, what?
I've never seen the movie.
What?
I feel like I've said this before.
Watch it.
Yeah, no,
Watchmen.
I will.
I thought I was late to
Watchmen.
the
You haven't seen
gang
Scott.
watch it.
You haven't seen Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, that's fair.
Movie's great, but what I liked about what I liked
No,
about
that's
the show is that the show was a sequel to the comic, not
yeah.
the movie.
It's
Fair enough.
I'm very interested to
Because
hear your
the
thoughts.
ending of the movie is very different to the ending of the. It's
What's-
similar.
what's the
but
show
they
on?
change it. Binge.
Yes,
Ah.
it's very good.
All
I
right.
very much like the show.
So, homework.
Homework.
Yeah.
Alex,
Yep.
You chose.
Chose Apocalypse Now because I've never seen it.
Yeah,
None
neither
of us
had
had
we.
seen it.
Alrighty. Well then.
5 out of 5.
Not quite a 5 out of 5.
I gave mine 4.5.
Probably sitting around 4.5 as well.
Gave mine a 4. I mean, it's not my movie, but that's just me.
That's fair.
It's very impressive. The part that I found the most interesting of this was hearing how much of a production nightmare it was. We were talking earlier about how people were having... Martin Sheen had a heart attack. It almost killed Coppola. What is it?
Coppola.
Francis Ford Coppola.
Dracula, him. This... I mean, this film's so iconic that like there's so many
There's so many
references in it
lines and like scenes that
you've seen referenced in
like
other
definitely
things.
like the biggest one being I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
And
yeah.
Ride of the Valkyries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one
Ride of
too.
Valkyries with all the helicopters.
Yeah.
That I just loved everything about it. I loved all the characters. They all brought something different to the movie, and it just looks like it was made with. I don't know what the budget was for this movie, but it looked
They went
huge.
They went
Whatever it
a
was.
long time over their schedule.
Oh.
They
It looks
filmed for 16 months.
Everything looks so real.
There is-
I do have to give it that. I was sitting there thinking
The explosions especially.
knowing that this movie was 79.
Yeah.
Yes.
It looks
Technically,
it looks really good. Like you would think
it'd be
that-
about 76 maybe.
Yeah.
It still looks like it could have been made like a lot like closer to nowadays than that because it looked fantastic and like effects were good and yeah.
Yep. I skipped to a part on its Wikipedia page called "Problems While Filming." Real human corpses were brought from a man who turned out to be a grave robber. The police took the film crew's passports and questioned them, and then soldiers came and took the bodies away.
I have heard about that actually.
Also, Dennis Hopper apparently tormented Marlon Brando, and Brando refused to be on set at the
I
same time as
love
Hopper.
Dennis Hopper. I think he's amazing as an actor. So he was a standout for me. And I think I mentioned to you guys earlier as well, Robert Duvall's character was awesome as well.
I thought Martin Sheen was my favorite.
Martin
Yeah,
Sheen
Martin
was,
Sheen.
of course, he was.
He looks
great.
so much like Charlie
He
Sheen. sometimes.
does, doesn't he? He looks. I haven't seen much of him when he was younger, but he looks so much like Charlie
But like
Sheen.
he's just like he's like pretty quiet and reserved for quite a while on that boat ride, and then when like it gets to like that woman where they shoot her because they think she's gonna reach for a gun or whatever, and just turns out she was going for the dog, and they're like, "Oh, she's alive. We got to take her somewhere," and he's just nonchalantly, like straight face, just pops.
He's a man
her in
on a
the
mission.
chest.
He's got
and
to
it's like, no, we're not stopping. And it's like, oh, hold up.
hold up.
I do like it, especially a film that was filmed. It was like made so close to the end of the Vietnam War in real life.
Yeah,
War
that's a
Vietnam.
very like strong stance
Oh my
to take.
God.
And
yeah.
they
It was
also
very-
make the Americans look pretty bad.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
what I was going to say. I would have expected it to be super patriotic for a movie that was made so close to the actual events, but in actual fact, they kept a really realistic, or I would say, grounded view of what happened, but with lots more like explosions and
And like
blood.
there was a few times like as they're going up the jungle, like you think like, oh, if they keep making noise, they're gonna get shot at. Like, when he pops that purple flare and starts waving around thing, I was kind of waiting for
The
like,
tiger scene was kind of cool.
the tiger scene was cool. Like, but like when he pops that flare, I'm like, surely someone's gonna see him like waving that thing around and everything, and then the next thing you know, they're being shot at. It's like
What was your favorite part, Michael?
I don't know. I did kind of. I don't know. The ending was weird, so I genuinely don't know.
We can move on. Braden, what was your favorite part?
I think I like the whole just like that whole first bit, like when they land, like you have like the I love the smell of napalm thing,
Yeah.
and all the helicopters flying,
recognize-
just all that sort of like that little
Seeing all the
separate
references that
area
you
of
knew
the
in one
movie.
thing.
But young
was
Harrison
pretty cool.
Ford. Young
That's
Harrison
true. Yeah,
Ford.
no, it took me a
The
second to
amount
realize
of
it was him.
actors in this film, like being stupidly young, is ridiculous.
Braden, your favorite part?
I liked the part where it seemed like just the whole thing was just everyone as high as a fucking kite. This film is absolutely bonkers. Watching how absurdly, like, I think my favorite part of this film stems more so, like, as I said, I only gave it 4 because it's not my type of film, but I like the part that is all the post-production and the behind the scenes of it all. And the fact that this was made back then is insane. I really don't get, like, I'm not a particularly war film person, and having come just straight off The Five Bloods,
Yeah, true.
I was kind of like,
To
oh,
Vietnam.
yeah. It was a bit like, I mean, that was the reason we chose it, as you said.
I didn't know it was the Vietnam War.
Oh, did you?
really?
No,
What?
no, no,
Okay.
no.
Oh, no.
Just chose it because I'd never seen it before.
Oh, I thought that was
I
why
knew
you
it was
chose
Vietnam.
it. Okay, yeah, okay.
I have no idea anything about the Vietnam War, by the way.
What was your favorite part?
I liked the scene with the tiger.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
that was really suspenseful. I'm leaning towards more horror stuff, and I thought that was really good.
Like the thing with that tiger, like you see his sort of body, and at one point I'm like, oh, it's just a monkey. Like
I actually thought it was Viet Cons. Is that what it is? That's what we call them?
Yeah, no, like it sits in it and lingers on it for a minute, and like there's that like shadow in the thing. You kind of think, oh, what if it's this like?
I thought they really nailed though. It's not like a favorite part of the film. It's like my favorite thing overall. Like because you don't see Brando for
Yeah.
most of the film.
and
For
even when
nearly
you
all
do,
of the
he's
film.
in the shadow.
Yeah, but like they built him because they built him up.
Yeah.
like he's this big presence, and I think he like it paid off. I think it was like when he was on screen, he was there.
He's like this godlike person.
Well, he thinks he's a god.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Something that was like
Shout out to the poor water buffalo.
Yeah, I was about to say
was filmed in the Philippines.
Definitely
This being R-rated.
Yeah.
I didn't like. I was sitting there. I'm like, oh yeah, like you're seeing blood
It's gonna be
and people
violent.
being shot and all that sort of thing. Like they're not really hiding it, but like I'm not seeing the R rating. And then the next thing you see is them decapitating a water buffalo.
Chopped off.
It was legitimately filmed in the Philippines where it isn't against animal cruelty laws there.
Well, the
and
funny thing
it's
is,
not policed
is
or
that
monitored.
I'm pretty sure on a commentary, Ford Coppola just said he was like, oh, we just like we filmed the tribe doing the ritual. Like we didn't set it up. We just filmed them doing it, and then we just put it in the movie. And then all the cast and crew are like, no. He said, get that water buffalo and kill it.
They outed him.
Yeah, he was like, he that was definitely
What was your
constructed by
favorite
him.
part, Steph? We did skip over you.
Oh, my favorite part. Oh, thank you. But my favorite part was just like the 11 minutes that Robert Duvall was on the screen. He was just awesome. I thought his character was so cool with the sunglasses and the hat,
And
then
no
he was
shirt.
Like, well, I
rips
didn't.
it off.
He was just such a presence and like
He was one to surf,
had a
man.
little fanboy
Yeah,
over the. I was
yeah.
going to say fanboy over Lance.
It was like he had
It was
the
just one with
he
the
had that the
waves.
cockiness and he, like
Yeah.
that American cocky. I did enjoy like that whole beginning bit like before they're going up the river. It's kind of just like
I love you, Daddy. Not from the movie.
no.
But yeah, no, I
yeah.
thought it was like I hadn't seen it.
I
either,
really, really liked it.
but
I
I
loved
really
it.
enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it a lot.
All right,
It was a
It's
time.
bonkers film. Michael. your
Another
turn
one.
to
Which one
do
did you go with?
homework.
I went with
Are we on Disney Plus again?
no. We're sticking on Stan.
Oh, he says Stan Man.
All right, we
you want
are
me to
going with
check if-
Leon,
you
the
went-
professional.
Oh.
Haven't seen it.
Okay.
Haven't seen it.
I don't think any of us have when I did check. So.
No.
I have not.
No. And I think
It's got-
some of
what
it's
is
in
it?
French.
Maybe, who knows? We'll
Well,
give it a whirl.
We do have a 2-week uni break coming up. So
Very
It
excited.
does have Natalie Portman in it.
Yes.
does that mean you're going to be here for the next 2 weeks?
Me?
Yeah.
I will. Oh no, I'm off. I'm in my midweek break at the moment. My mid-semester break at the moment, actually, because ANU does things differently. But I still have work to do in between,
So
so I will not be. I'm still going to have to follow, but I'll send in my thoughts for this one. I promise. I've said it on the show. I will send in
I
my
think you
thoughts.
said it on the show last
Said it on
time.
the show last time.
will said. I will promise I will do it this time.
But there we go. A long episode.
Very long.
A very
episode.
long episode today.
Oh, very long. I just looked at
Yep.
it. Holy moly. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in for another episode of Millennial Movie Talk, MMT, your movie podcast with your gang. Go follow us on whatever you're listening to us on, whether that be subscribing on YouTube or over on your podcast service of choice, whether that be Spotify or SoundCloud or iTunes or whatever that is. Tell your friends. Check us out on Insta. And yeah, with that, I'm Brayden.
I'm Alex.
I'm Michael.
And I'm Steph.
And we're out of here.